it's Emily, and I'm here to inspire and empower you to become the best version of yourself. In today's video, I'm going to be covering chapter 3 of my book, From Choice to Change, and I'm going to be talking all about what's in this chapter, and if it resonates with you, my book is available on Amazon or Barnes & Nobles, so you can just literally Google search From Choice to Change and it will pop up. So chapter 3 is all about finding the strength within. And I share in my book all the times that I really had to tap into my inner strength when I wanted to give up. And through so many times we go through these challenges and we think while we're going through these challenges, we're never going to get through it. And we have to keep tapping into that inner strength. And part of the challenges and part of what I have learned in my life is those challenges is what has built the inner strength that I have. Mentally, I can say like my inner strength is really, really strong, but I've also had a lot of not even inner challenges. I've just had a lot of challenges in life, but that was my path to really build the mental strength that I needed. And to this day, I still tap into that. And when I face challenges, I can still go back and tap into my inner strength and really find it within myself instead of, freaking out or all these things. So I wanted to really give you some tips on how do you find this strength within when you are faced with challenges, because it's not easy. It is definitely not easy. And I'm not here to say that, just, tap it within yourself and you'll find it, because that's not necessarily the way it works. So one of the things is while you're going through challenges in life, and what really helped me a lot was I had to start believing in myself. And for some people, that may be a stretch. And that's okay if that's where you're at. Everybody's on their own journey. I know you've heard me say this hundreds of times in my videos, is we're all on our own path. We're all on our own journey. So if I say something and you're not there right now, that's okay. That's something that you can develop if you choose to. So believing in yourself will really help you get through those challenges, like being your own cheerleader. And I used to be everyone else's cheerleader. I used to, make sure everyone else was good. But when it came to myself and really helping myself, I struggled with it because I was there for everyone else. And I had to start believing in myself the way I believed in everyone else. I can be, the biggest fan for everyone else. And when I really switched that and started doing it for myself, just in small things, small things I wanted to accomplish, I saw myself really start to shift and really believe in myself. There's been a few key people also in my life that no matter what, they've always believed in me. And so therefore, I always tapped into that. Like if they could believe in me, I could believe in myself, right? So the very first key I would say is start believing in yourself, even if it's just very small things, but really believe in yourself and give yourself credit. So many times we go throughout our lives and we just think what we're doing is just average, and we just think, whatever we're doing it's just normal, right? But there are certain things that each one of us does that is incredible and unique to ourselves. And we need to own that. And as you own that and embody that, you start to believe in yourself, and that builds another level of confidence. And this goes back into when you're faced with those challenging times and you can really believe in yourself and you can tap into that. It goes back into finding that inner strength within you and knowing that no matter what, you're going to get through it. You're going to find the strength. You're going to get through it. And yeah, sometimes you're going to feel stretched and you're going to feel like it's never ending, but it always does, right? So just wanted to share, that's like one of the main things with really building that inner strength and finding that inner strength when you need it, is you have to believe in yourself. The next point is believing in a higher power. And this, I know this can be a touchy subject because I'm personally not religious. I was, as you know, born and raised in a very religious cult. And so, but my higher power for me is, it's God, right? It's the universe. It's all the guides and the angels and all the support. Everyone else may have a completely different version of a higher power, and that's okay. Each one of us has that choice to believe what we want to believe. And for me, when I can tap into a higher power and feel the peace and feel the presence, that is really what helps me find the strength to get through the most challenging times in my life. Now, I will say there was a time, when I was going through leaving the Amish culture to transition, not being in the culture anymore, because I was so brainwashed with what God was and who God is and all this kind of stuff, that I completely just ditched like believing in God and the higher power. And I was like, you know what, if it's there, it's there. I really don't care. Like, I'm going to go live my best life, because I was just tired of all the religious stuff around it. But now as I've stepped more into the spiritual realm and very spiritual in that aspect, my higher power is God, and it's a connection, right? It's a knowing, it's a gut feeling, it's the presence. And that has helped me a lot, just being able to know that I'm always divinely guided and led no matter what. And I can always tap into that. Are there some times that I forget that? Absolutely. There's lots of times I forget that I have that option to tap into a higher power. And that's one of the reasons why meditation has really helped me to be able to calm my mind, to tap into that, and to really listen and be intentional about that. So I would say that's another thing that can help you really find the strength within yourself and find the strength as you're going through these challenges in life, because it's not easy. So finding that. My next tip is always believing everything works out for your highest good. Now, if you would have told me this, maybe two or 3 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, I don't believe that. But what I have found, and as I reflect in my life, is everything always does work out for my highest good. Whether it is a job promotion that I don't get, or, somebody dumped me while dating, or whatever it is, it really does work out for my highest good, because I've seen in my life where I really, really wanted something and it was right there and I got it and then I lost it. And I was like, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening to me? And, I fell into that victim mindset. But as I got out of this situation, I realized like that really did work out for my highest good. And one of those examples was divorce. While going through divorce, it was so, so challenging. I was like, why is this happening to me? Why did I have to be put in this situation? But divorce really taught me so many things. Like, I could make a whole video just off of what it taught me. And one of those was the inner strength and the strength and power that I had within me, that I could get through this and I could come out stronger and I could come out a better person. And I chose to do that. Now, granted, some people don't make that choice. And there was many times I was like, some days, like, I'm not choosing anything. And that's okay. But it's really believing that everything works out for your highest good. And when you can believe that, you have faith. Even when, there's challenging times, you have faith and you trust everything is going to work out for your highest good. So that's just another tip that I would have. And one thing that really helped me as I was going through challenging times was I sat down and I made a list of all the things that I overcame in my life, no matter how small or how big it is. And I know if you watch my other videos, I'm huge on journaling and writing out things and having these lists. So when you do feel challenged and you don't feel like you have the strength to keep going on, you don't need anyone else to remind you how strong you are. You can just go read the list of like all these times you pulled yourself out of things, all these times that you really tapped into your inner strength. And maybe you're just starting on your journey of tapping into your inner strength. And those are areas that you need to build into and build and grow into. And that's okay, because for me, I do have a very strong inner strength, but I always feel like there's always room for more growth, to continue to grow, continue to tap into that inner strength that I know that I have, and not look outside of myself. That's really easy for us to look outside of ourselves, to be like, help me fix this. And, support is definitely needed at times, but so often we look outside of ourselves when we can just go internally and find the answer that we need and build that strength that we have and kind of give ourselves that confirmation. So those are just kind of some of the tips I talk about in my book. I definitely talked about making a list of all the amazing things that you overcome in life that will help you during those challenging times, and to also continue to develop the strength within your life. If you're looking to grow in that, one of the questions I often ask myself is looking at the areas of my life, and I ask myself, like, where do I want to develop that strength in? And it's kind of like building muscle if you work out, right? Where's my weakest point at, and then going from there. And it can be challenging at times because it pushes us out of our comfort zone. It pushes us to grow, pushes us to evolve into different, better human beings. But if we're not growing and evolving and we're not pushing ourselves out of the comfort zone, at the end of the day, what is the purpose for us, right? For us to, really to evolve into the person that we are meant to be. And that just goes back to really tapping into your inner strength and building that muscle and continue. It's just repetition. Even if it's just small things, remind yourself how strong you really are. And the biggest thing that I really felt like helped me with this was getting into weightlifting and powerlifting. Powerlifting really, really opened my eyes in the amount of strength I had within myself. Even though it was physical strength, the physical strength really, really helped me with the emotional side too. So as I grew stronger on the platform and competing, I realized I had the mental strength too. Like, it was building mental strength at the same time, because you have to really face some things as you're going up there to hit numbers you've never hit in front of people too, right? Like, you're probably gonna fail, and I failed multiple times, but it just builds that strength. So finding things that really can help you build that strength, whether it's weightlifting or learning a new skill or whatever it is. But highly, highly encourage you to really build the strength, whether you're going through challenges or not. Just so it's just another skill, it's another tool you have in your toolbox for the rest of your life. So if this message resonated with you and you feel someone that needs this message, send them the video. I appreciate all the support for anyone that subscribes, watches, and engages. And if you have other questions on personal development or any other videos, you can comment below, or you can also just send me an email. My email is listed on my channel. So until next time, I hope you go out and you inspire others to also become the best versions of themselves.